Hey guys, once again, Otinho and I were with... It's cramps. I put him here on my belly and I'm bringing him to you guys here, man. A fantastic coverage at Zyko's All-Star game. The team is there. And Leo Ortiz talked about Vitão's arrival, talked about hoping Felipe stays. Jorginho talked about Flamengo's fans. Renato Gaucho talked about Felipe Luiz. An amazing guy, Rafinha joking about Filipe Luiz staying, Denilson talking about me. Flamengo's titles. I invite you to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, the bell, and leave a cool like on the video. And the other level.
Applause. Bye. Bye.
Jorginho, on behalf of
player
from Flamengo, what message would you send to fans about this season?
Thank you very much for the support. It has always been amazing, and we really feel their energy, and for sure we will need a lot of support for the next season as well.
What we can do is hope that he can stay. He's been with us and helped us achieve all we've accomplished since he arrived. So the only thing I can do is hope for a happy ending. Whether he stays with us for years, he's definitely the best coach in Brazil today. So, like I said, we want to have the best players on the team, and we want to have the best coach too. No, man, let me tell you. I'm not even really following the news. Of course, I know there's a standoff going on, but I'm not even keeping up with it. Like I said, I just hope it ends happily and he stays with us. Leo, what about yours? The penalty kick? You didn't want to take it. Was there a reason for that? No, I think even you asking me if I didn't want to take it is like believing in lip readings that never happened, right? Exactly, because it never happened. I've never refused to take one in my career. And as I said in a comment I made, it was Felipe and Rodrigo, who are the guys, Felipe, the coach, and Rodrigo Caio, who deals more with set pieces, they know. I said that I wouldn't refuse to take it and that I would be willing to take it. If it was to start, if it was to take one in the alternates, I was ready to take it. Like I said, I never refused to take it. So I'm very calm about that, and I know that the people who matter, who need to know, are the coaches. They know that I would never refuse to take it. But you were exhausted, right? I was exhausted. If not, I would have done it. I don't know. It had been over 2 months since I last played. I faced Cruz Azul, missed the Pyramids game due to injury, then played a 120-minute match against Paris. I was really exhausted, with cramps in both hamstrings, in my calves, so I was really very tired, but I had made it that far, in a Club World Cup final against Paris Saint-Germain in a penalty shootout. After going through this whole season, there was no reason for me to refuse to take a penalty, right? Speaking of this brilliant season you had with the other member.
Leo, during the 2025 season, did Flamengo rotate between you, Leo Pereira, and also Danilo? Now they're asking for 800. Flamengo is negotiating with another defender. How do you feel about this evaluation? With another reinforcement coming in to help in defense?
Man, for us it's very calm. We have great defenders in the squad. But obviously with the season, with the number of games we have, with the number of championships Flamengo wants to win. Having great players with us is always good. And if it's a great player, we're definitely waiting with open arms to help us win titles. All right? Yeah, I think that's what's happening. Nothing official has been announced yet, but if it's him, I think he's a great player and will be well received by us.
Did you get to talk to Filipe Luiz, the players? How is the tension with this negotiation for his contract renewal still stuck?
Well, I haven't talked to anyone about that. I'm taking a break, really, just trying to clear my head from football, really rest, but I'm happy. I really want to go through a rough patch so that he can get things right and have a happy ending, hopefully with him staying with us for a long time. Thanks.
Thanks for the penalty kick. Was there a reason you didn't want to take it? I didn't pay attention.
Which final did you think was more evenly matched? The one in 2019 against Liverpool or this year's against Paris Saint-Germain?
It's very different, man. Totally different. Both were evenly matched. Both were evenly matched. Of course, Flamengo in 2020, and now it went to penalties. But it's a very different playing system. Paris Saint-Germain ball possession, a team that plays close together. Liverpool, a transition team, had two very fast wingers, so it was a different playing system. Like that. It's not good for us to keep making comparisons, right? Sometimes I wonder if I'm not being biased one way or another. In my view, 2019 was much better based on the games we saw. They seemed much more confident. Paris Saint-Germain was confident and much more solid than they are now.
Come here, look! They say Felipe Luis is set, but he still needs to agree with the coaching staff. You said you'd talk to the coaching staff about Felipe Luis, but you're delaying the deal, see?
I'd call the president and say, pay the guys and let them go.
Let it go, little deal.
Open the safe, old man.
You're late, aren't you, kid? No.
It's not just your safe that's missing. I just stopped recently, man. I need to live a little, okay? Now you just keep going and have a yellow juice, a Detereo.
This is Niner good, Gil, beating strong giants. Love you, man. Marquinhos, you know that, right?
He's there? He's outside?
He's outside. Let me tell you something. The Flamengo from 2019 is that awesome team that you, for God's sake, played so well with that Flamengo. Or to balance, how do you see it?
Both are great teams. Both squads have a lot of quality. Of course, the 2025 squad, the 2025 group has a lot more options. That simplifies things for Coach Felipe. We didn't have all that strength, of course. It was a different kind of soccer than today's, right? In 2019, we were confident we'd win. That impacts both fans and players. High confidence lets you enter knowing you'll win. It's great, right? When you walked into Maracanã, the fans, the opponents, they already looked at you with fear. They would already play defensively. They're from different generations and eras, but we should also appreciate that this year's players broke many records. Felipe Luis did a great job. And man, when you win the Libertadores and the Brazilian Championship, there's nothing else you can say, right? They're in the history books. They're on the shelves among Flamengo's greatest.
There and now, Rafinha, one thing I've always said when you didn't stay at Flamengo during that time is this. You make a huge difference, not just on the field, but also in the locker room. I think every club needs to have someone with that energy, that drive you have, that grit, because you contributed a lot to that team, man, and you held things together a lot. The chorus, I know, is important.
Right? You have to have it. Every team has to have an annoying guy, right? I'm for Gabriela. Come on, she's there. Okay, speak. Mamba too. Thanks, Gabi. Every team needs an annoying guy. And on my teams, that was always me. We know how soccer works, right? Sometimes some players drift off a little. Sometimes some get a bit shy. Those of us with more experience are here to encourage others. I was one of them, right? I'm no longer playing, so it's about helping players feel confident to speak up, since they're not machines. Things won't always go well, so I always played that role in the locker room. I was always a captain without the armband, man. That's good, because when you achieve something, you see the results and know your efforts paid off. So I'm happy to have things. It happened at Flamengo, as it did at every club I've joined, and it's great to achieve something and make history at a major club. That way we feel privileged. I'm very happy. I had the pleasure of working with him at Flamengo, him as a player.
And as I already showed a great ability to be a coach, as a player, no words are needed. He was always very intelligent, and I'm happy because he's a friend and he's having all this success. And I hope Flamengo can make sure he stays, right? Because I can be sure that European clubs are after him, and deservedly so for what he's been doing.
I think the team is champion, but Flamengo deserves it. First, because of Felipe Luis, who I think is extremely capable and competent. He's always been dedicated to his work, even as a player. It's funny how the stories start coming out. He used to sit with Dorival to ask things. He was already showing interest back then. Naming him head coach was a brave, smart board move, and the results prove it now. I'm not sure if he'll stay.
If you were on Flamengo's board, here in the neighborhood, would you renew Felipe's contract?
Without thinking, I would have done it yesterday. Obviously, you need to have some sensitivity. You can't take a bigger step than you can handle. I know that Flamengo is financially completely healthy, right? Financially, but you also can't go crazy, right? We don't know what tomorrow will bring. Nesto is really cool. It's great to see a club as big as Flamengo. I was there during a very embarrassing time for the club and our generation of players. Seeing Flamengo at this level makes you proud, watching such a big club play and be managed like this. It's important to be consistent in decisions, right? Felipe Luis truly deserves what he's asking for. But as president, I'm always going to try to look out for the club's side, right? If a state or Brazilian championship starts with 3 to 5 winless games, we know what happens. The fans are probably already calling for him to leave, so we need to handle this carefully.
Let's talk about Flamengo. As a fan, it was a magical year for Mengo. How did you feel from start to finish?
Still celebrating today, still celebrating Flamengo, right, Mano? And yesterday, just a warning for haters. Next year, we'll return stronger and win more titles. And Felipe Luiz, he's not doing so well. I'm getting a little upset. They're already talking about another coach, but let's renew with Felipe. Bro, that's impossible. Instead of focusing on obstacles, let's see if Flamengo's management is focused, right?
Arrascaeta is really having a great year, isn't he?
What year is it? Why is he playing my song? He already played it, and any luck with obstacles is gone. And speaking of the game, let's go. Thanks. Today there are 2 from PZ, just 2. Just 2.
Cristiano scored 2, right? There were 2 from Cristiano.
I was going to guess Flamengo, right? Flamengo's year was more about soccer. Arrascaeta is coming too. He went to work in the Novo Basquete, Brazil.
The pressure of not taking the shot?
Reason for that?
I think the life of a Rubro-Negro is too joyful. Everyone is happy. Everyone is having a good time. We had a magical year in soccer. Basketball is also having a very good year, so I think every Rubro-Negro has nothing to complain about. It's just happiness and fun with everyone since we basically won everything this year.
Livinha, as a notable figure in Flamengo's history, I have to ask your thoughts on Filipe Luiz. What's your take on Filipe Luiz's situation? Do you think they should push things further and accept his renewal, or should they look for another coach?
Man, I'm really anxious for Felipinho to sign this contract soon. I'm already starting to get worried, but we know that's just part of soccer, right? Negotiation between them over there. As a Flamengo fan, I'm really rooting for it. Filipe Luiz should renew since he's the face of Flamengo and knows the whole team. So I think all the players have a lot of affection for Filipe, and I think in the end that matters too, right? So I believe Filipe will reach an agreement with Flamengo, and we're going to make this renewal happen. Ideally, he would stay at Flamengo for 2 or 3 years. That's my hope.
It was a little bit of you. Beyond the court, you also made your mark, made history on Flamengo television, right? Now that you've left, what do you do?